then yes, welcome back to yet another exciting segment where we'll be talking to Old Mutual. And joining us today from Old Mutual, we have Shady. Hi, Shady.
Hi, Rivaldo.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Definitely. So, Shady, what do you do at Old Mutual exactly?
Currently, I am a financial consultant at Old Mutual, where I give a lot of financial education to clients and provide personal loans.
Okay, and provide personal loans. So, Shady, looking at the financial behavior of savings, what would your advice be to Namibian students as they enter the employment market?
That is a very important question. Savings is a very important activity that we all need to do to ensure a very healthy financial well-being. At Old Mutual, we have financial programs where we have the Big Five. So in the Big Five, we have the lion, where it speaks of the lion eats first. So in that case, we say that when you have available money, you need to save first and then spend. Because if you want to build a very healthy financial well-being, it's very important to start saving now and prepare for the future.
Amazing, amazing. So then, Shady, looking at our young graduates, do you think we have the ability to save?
If, like I said, if you have found employment or you started a small business, like any person that's working, you need to save first. And in a business aspect, you will save and then you will invest. As a graduate, you will still be hunting for a job. Once you get employment, seek advice from a financial consultant, and because it's very important to go into the world with a plan.
Definitely. So saving is surely important, but then and you mentioned investment, what is the difference between savings and investments?
Savings mostly is commonly used if you have short-term and medium and long-term goals that you want to achieve. And whereas investment is when you want to earn some interest from your investments. Most people will say, like, my money works for me. And so that's the difference between the two. So I would also advise the youth to start saving now, most importantly also to make use of Old Mutual's financial vehicles. We have investments with products like the Unit Trust and the Wealth and the Max Investments.
Okay. So then what advice do you have for young Namibians that want to invest or young adults that want to invest?
You see, when you're studying, you have a dream to have, to attain assets, like you want to buy a house, you want to have that Mercedes or BMW car that you probably
iPhone
pasted on your wall, that you wake up and see every day. You have a dream that you want to achieve. And the only way you want to achieve that dream now is to start saving now and start early to be able to be financially ready to attain that asset.
Amazing, amazing. And I mean, financial security is definitely important for us young people as we start growing to young adults. But then, Shady, what are your views on retirement?
Retirements. Okay, through life you go through a lot of cycles. You transition from being a student and then you enter the employment working force, and then at the end it's your retirement that reaches your life cycle. But retirement, to prepare for retirement, you need to start now. So you get a lot of people where you move from one employer to another employer, and then this gives you access to have access to your retirement, your pension funds that you have saved. A lot of Namibians would withdraw these funds instead of saving it on a long-term basis, and then they make use of these funds, and this actually has a negative effect on your long-term goal and your retirement, how you're gonna, and then this actually puts a lot of strain on your family, and you're not able to reap the fruits of your labor years. And so it's very important, maybe just take some of it, not all of it, if it's really needed. If it's maybe you want to use some of the money to invest on a business that you want to, but it's very advisable to actually have a plan and seek financial advice before you make any decisions.
Amazing, amazing. So then, is retirement something students and young people should be thinking about at this stage in life?
It's very important. If you get a lot of people that retire and they don't have enough savings that will help them live have a good life in their retirement years. So it's very important, start at a young age. So when you retire, you can probably just travel the world easy with those funds. And then, which is something that you were not able to do probably during your student cycle or your employment cycle that you were in.
Amazing, amazing. And definitely we all want to travel the world.
Yeah.
So I have another question. So then worldwide we know about that, and we as young people are sometimes trapped in debt also. So then what can a young person do early in their careers to address that?
Well, Rivaldo, we are not living in a perfect world. Sometimes the path that we take, it takes you into where you have to take on debt, like a student loan, in order to get your degree. So that's why we put it in segments where there's good debts and bad debts. Just like Monica Gengo said that a student loan is not actually a bad debt. So it's very important. Okay, yeah, and debt is also you also need it to maybe attain a better future. So yeah, basically that's it.
Okay, that's it. So then a student loan is not a bad debt.
Yeah.
So then, Shady, do you guys also offer internship opportunities at Old Mutual?
Yes, we do offer internship programs. We do take in students every 6 months. But for more information, you can contact our marketing team at Old Mutual. We'll provide you with all the necessary requirements.
That's amazing,
Yes.
amazing. And it's actually such amazing seeing that Old Mutual also takes into the consideration of experiencing young people before they enter the job market. So then, Shady, thank you for your excellent time. What are your last words or advice to students as they move into the new cycle of becoming employed adults?
Well, when you go into the world, go with a plan. It's very important to go in with a plan. And secondly, seek a financial advice. We do offer free financial advice at Old Mutual. And there's one thing that I wanted to say. When you only have one source of income, you're one step away from poverty. And that's where we emphasize a lot on savings and investments, so you can have something to fall back on. And these savings and investments, you can also make use of it, let's say, like in the times that we're living now, a new generation with COVID, where a lot of people lost their jobs. You need to have something to fall back on. And another thing is that the difference between an employed person and someone on the street is a 1-month salary. That's where your investments and savings come in. So you can have something to fall back on and something to start off with.
Okay, Shady, amazing. Just a follow-up question, Shady. You mentioned that Old Mutual provides free financial advice.
Yes.
Is this only for students or is it for
Anybody.
anybody?
You can just visit the nearest Old Mutual branch and then just find yourself a financial advisor, and then they'll be able to take you through.
Okay, but in what aspect do you guys exactly advise us in, for
We
instance?
advise you on how to save, how to invest. We have a lot of different financial vehicles that you can make use of. We also offer you to have your will to be written out. So yes, for more information, you'll just have to visit our branch.
Amazing,
Come see
amazing.
us.
So then, Shady, do you have any questions for us here?